Hello and welcome to my Reading Rush 2019 TBR. The Reading Rush, formerly known as the Booktubeathon, is a week-long readathon with the goal of encouraging people to read as much as they can in a week. There are 7 challenges, and I'm going to go through the books that I've chosen to complete those challenges. Challenge number 1 is to read a book with purple on the cover, and I am going with Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. Admittedly, the purple is a very dark indigo and could be seen as blue, but we're going with purple. This is about Frances, who spends most of her time making fan art for one of her favorite podcasts, and Aled, who is the creator of said podcast, and what happens when they start to become friends and start to get to know each other. Very excited about this. I've heard it has demisexual representation. Pumped. The next challenge is to read a book in the same spot the entire time. And the book I have chosen for this challenge is Bend Sinister by Vladimir Nabokov. Not a fan of the cover, honestly. Kind of terrifying. But this is about a man and his child and the state. It's quoted to be the most overtly political novel that Nabokov ever wrote, which we'll see what that means. Next, we have Read a Book That You Meant to Read Last Year. And for this challenge, I've chosen Queer City, Gay London from the Romans to the Present Day by Peter Ackroyd. I meant to read this last year while I was in London. I brought it with me to London, did not read it, so I'm hoping to get to it. It's basically a queer history of London. The 4th challenge is to read an author's first book. Now, initially I had intended on reading Salt by Nayira Wahid, and I still might. This is a poetry collection that I was given with a lot of short poems, but I could also read Eros the Bittersweet by Anne Carson, which I realized and forgot that I had requested from my school library, which is about love and is like a meditation exercise exploration on Eros and like what that means. Honestly, could do either. If I choose the latter, it will be a very Anne Carson heavy readathon, because the next challenge is read a book with a non-human main character, and I have chosen Autobiography of Red, a novel in verse by Anne Carson, and I'm stretching this one because on the back it says Geryon, a young boy who is also a winged monster. There we go, we've got a monster. Like most of Anne Carson's books, this relates to Greek antiquity and myth and stories, and I'm looking forward to it. The next challenge is to read a book that has 5 or more letters in the title, and I've chosen Down Among the Sticks and Bones by Shannon McGuire. And this is the sequel to Every Heart a Doorway, and so it's the 2nd book in the Wayward Children's series. Yeah, and it follows twin sisters Jack and Jill in the world that they come from and were in. And the last challenge is to read a book and watch its movie adaptation. And I've decided to read and watch Like Water for Chocolate, a novel in monthly installments with recipes, romances, and home remedies by Laura Esquivel. I have seen the movie of this, though it was a very long time ago, and I've wanted to read the book, and so I went ahead and picked it up. Alright, so that is my TBR for the readathon. I'm looking forward to it immensely, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video.